this Wednesday, February the 15th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, as always, the king of controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoody!
It's Wednesday. How you doing?
How was your Valentine's Day?
It sucks.
Same with mine. No one bought me chocolate, so I went and bought it all half off today.
Yeah, so did I did a Big Mac for dinner.
You ready, Smoody?
I'm ready.
Let's recap Monday Night Raw, which I think was definitely, and we'll get into this, I think one of the best Monday Night Raws we've seen since the draft. Stephanie McMahon comes out, says Mick Foley's not going to be there. Well, Roman Reigns cuts her off and says he wants Braun Strowman right now. But then Gallows and Anderson comes out and say, how about you face us right now? And it ends up being a handicap match. It ends in a no contest as Gallows and Anderson attack Roman Reigns. Kofi Kingston defeats Bo Dallas. Jack Gallagher defeats Noam Dar. Braun Strowman defeats Mark Henry. Sami Zayn defeats Rusev. Tozawa defeats Daivari. And then we get to the Friendship, or Festival of Friendship. Tony, what do you think about Friendship the Magician?
I think it was a ripoff. He bought him on Craigslist. What an idiot.
And of course, we couldn't go a Goldberg storyline without Gilbert.
Oh, God, Gilbert. Oh, my God.
With the sparklers and the fire, what's the thing called? A fire extinguisher?
Yeah, fire extinguisher. Folks, if you have not seen that, we are watching it.
Watch Gilbert. He was the light heavyweight champion in '99. I remember he faced Tiger Ali Singh at No Mercy, the UK one. I'm not sure how long he was the light heavyweight champion though.
I think he started in September of '98. It was about a good 6-month reign.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the entry there. I watched all the Raw shows. He started like in October, like November of '98 because on December of '98 he beat Christian for the title in Chicago somewhere, and then he reigned for a couple months.
And then, of course, you had the end, and all of a sudden, Tony, it gave me chills. Because all of a sudden, Kevin Owens got... Because, of course, Triple H was talking to Kevin Owens before the show, after they came out and all that, so I'm sure this has something to do with it. But anyway, he brings out, after all these presents and these weird pictures, then a box from Kevin Owens to Chris Jericho, and it was a new list. And then Chris Jericho goes... Wait, I'm on the list. And then he takes the clipboard out, and it says the list of KO. And Kevin Owens brutally attacks Chris Jericho and eventually throws him through the television. Tony, it was, you couldn't hear the wrestling world cry when that took place.
Well, good for Kevin Owens. He deserves, but when you look at the face when Jericho got that list, they looked at it, and you look at Kevin Owens' face, it looks like Vince McMahon from 2003 WrestleMania. That look, it looks like an evil look, and he tormented Chris Jericho, and that's what Jericho needs. They needed to break up because at WrestleMania, they're ended up going to fight each other. And of course, you're probably going to see Chris Jericho cost Kevin Owens the title at Fastlane. Yes.
And then finally, Cesaro defeats Enzo, and in your main event, Raw Women's title, me and you, we were just talked about it on Sunday in the card prediction that Bayley was going to get her moment at WrestleMania. It happens on Raw. She is your new women's champion.
Congratulations to Bayley. She got help with Sasha Banks. But like I said, Bayley's not going to, her WrestleMania moment's going to die at WrestleMania when she loses to Sasha Banks when she turns her back on.
But you know, but more importantly, you know what this means, right? We're going to get Bayley in Milwaukee, probably facing Charlotte in the rematch.
I hope so.
And Charlotte's undefeated in pay-per-views.
Yeah, well, Charlotte might get a rematch. It might end up being a triple threat match before WrestleMania, and then in Chicago, they're going to make it the WrestleMania match.
Should be exciting, and I think this was hands down the best Raw since the draft.
Yeah, this was better than the best Raw since, when Kevin Owens won the WWE Universal Championship over Seth Rollins.
They've done a lot of title changes on Raw.
Well, you know, I've been watching Raw for about, 19 years, and I've seen a lot of good Raws, but I don't know, this has got to be one of the top 10 Raw moments.
And next week they're at the Staples Center. Should be exciting, I believe. And also, Brock Lesnar could legally not be there tonight. He's banned from Las Vegas. He's banned from Nevada after failing a steroid test with UFC. He's not even allowed to be there. That's why Brock Lesnar wasn't there on Monday.
Yeah, well, Paul Heyman should have showed up.
Well, folks, we're going to take a time out. When we come back, we're going to preview Ring of Honor and NXT. That's next on the Ringside Report. On this day, Tony, one of my favorites. It was one of the first pay-per-views I ever watched live. The late, great Eddie Guerrero defeated, and we're going to get to another Guerrero that passed away in just a minute. Eddie Guerrero's frog splash to Brock Lesnar in No Way Out 2004. That was still, to date, my favorite road to WrestleMania was 2004.
And if you get a little bonus question in there for a bonus point, what happened to Brock Lesnar before the match? If you're wrestling that, but
Goldberg showed up.
Remember, that started the feud. That started the rivalry between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg.
And then we didn't see either one of them for what? When did Brock come back? 2009, 10, 11, 12?
He came back the night after WrestleMania and F5 seen it in the Miami, the arena, the American Airlines Arena in Miami.
Wow. And of course, we'd like to send our thoughts and prayers to Chavo Guerrero Jr. His father, Chavo Classic, passed away over the weekend. We just did Liver Cancer Awareness Month. My aunt just got the transplant. She's doing fine. She got that in the back in November, and he was diagnosed in January and passed away now. So thoughts and prayers with him. Chavo Classic. Never got a chance to see him wrestle, but remember, when he came, he started managing Chavo back in 2004. I believe he wrestled a few matches with Chavo.
Yep, he did. He actually helped Chavo at WrestleMania 20 win the Cruiserweight Championship Open, but he was a good man, and Hector would be proud. But
is Hector still alive?
Yes, Hector's still alive. But I think what we should do is again in November. We did this in November, did we? The liver cancer thing.
Yep. October.
I think in November, November, we do the liver thing. Another round of this again.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. And of course, thoughts and prayers, because again, we've got the chance to see Chavo wrestle live at Wrestle Rage. Was it once or twice?
I think we've seen him.
He was in POW twice, wasn't he? Or was he at? He was at another show, but he was at Wrestle Rage.
He was at Wrestle Rage 10, I believe.
That was that with Val Venus and Billy Gunn and Hardcore Holly.
And then he was at the Berwyn show.
Yeah.
In March.
Yeah, that's it. So thoughts and prayers go out to him, or the Guerrero family. That's two brothers up in heaven. Let's talk now Ring of Honor, of course. A preview for tomorrow, or tonight. We're going to have, these are the matches you have announced. You're going to see, the main event is Adam Cole and Cody. Cody making his debut with the Bullet Club against Jay Lethal and Bobby Fish. You're also going to see the Rebellion in action against Dalton Castle and the boys. But Tony, we got the big match coming up in 2 weeks. It's going to be Jay Briscoe against Christopher Daniels. The winner gets a world title match at the 15th anniversary.
Well, Christopher Daniels needs to get away from Frankie Kazarian because Kaz has been
Did you read the spoilers of what happened between those two over the weekend?
I saw a video of them two arguing to each other. I didn't see the spoiler.
I'll tell you off the air, and then we'll talk about it when it airs. But here. But I'll tell you in a minute.
But I did see the Cody thing, and
guess what Cody said in his promo? He said he was a star that left the rest of them in the dust.
Well, he is the American Nightmare, but
he took Mikey Wild's gimmick.
Yeah, but I want to say one thing. I respect the Atlanta crowd for cheering Cody Rhodes. As you see in the video, he actually kisses the ring, and this is his home because Marietta, Georgia was his home, where he lives, and that's his
great.
Home.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Also NXT coming up tonight as well, 7 p.m. on the WWE Network. As we continue to figure out, as we're getting closer to Orlando, apparently there's a new guy going to be debuting from Japan that might be getting the #1 contender spot against Bobby Roode at TakeOver.
I would like to see that, but
I'm not sure what his name is though. We'll stay tuned.
But but don't forget Nakamura. We'll be back soon, and possibly he might get his rematch for the world title in Orlando.
Is Ty Dillinger ever going to join Sanity? Because they try every week.
Oh, they're going to probably make a match between Eric Young or one of them goofy bastards against Ty Dillinger, where it ends up, if Ty Dillinger loses, he must join Insanity.
Maybe we'll see that at TakeOver.
And then that hot Nikki Cross.
I think Ty Dillinger officially debuts the night after WrestleMania for WWE.
And I think Oscura loses the title at Orlando.
Wow, she won it in Orlando, or she won it at Dallas, right?
I say she loses it to Nikki Cross in Orlando, or somehow she loses to somebody, because I think she's
Amber Moon.
Amber Moon. No, not her.
Yeah, her.
No, I don't care about them bimbos. I care
Smoothie,
about Nikki Cross.
Smoothie, we're going to take a break before you get us in trouble. When we come back, we're going to preview Impact if we're still on the air, if Tony don't offend everyone in one segment. We'll be back. Another on this date, Elimination Chamber 2009. Edge beat up Kofi Kingston, got into the Elimination Chamber, and won the World Heavyweight title at No Way Out.
Well, he actually won the WWE Championship.
No, it was the World Heavyweight.
But how did he enter the chamber?
Oh wait, did he lose the WWE Championship in the other chamber match?
The first match, the opening match in the 2009 chamber, he lost the WWE Championship. Because he was the first one eliminated, then re-entered the chamber after hitting Kofi.
Wow, I forgot about that part. But yeah, good job, Smoothie. You're always there to back me up.
I'm a wrestling encyclopedia.
Yes, you are. That's the only reason you still have your job. Let's recap Impact from last week, because we haven't had time because of course, we had a pay-per-view to recap. The DCC come out, and Tyrus and Eli Drake, they all come out in a tither. We eventually make a tag team match. The DCC defeat Tyrus and Eli Drake. Brandy comes out and says she's ready to wrestle, but Decay come out. Moose makes the save as Decay was going to beat up Brandy. Aaron Rex, who I'm still confused by, defeats Robbie E. Hardys come out, and guess what, Tony? Next week, they were going to show the match. Because all of a sudden, they were in the ring with Vanguard 1. You know what Vanguard 1 is, right?
Yeah, the little drone.
Yeah. Well, all of a sudden, it took them to Tijuana. Next week, they're going to start airing their matches that they do in other companies. Next week, they're in Conan's company, and I believe they're facing, I want to say, Super Crazy and another guy in Tijuana, Mexico for tag team titles.
Well, that would be a huge shocker.
Will they air? Are they going to air the match with Ring of Honor and the Young Bucks? They're talking about it on both shows. What network are we going to see that on?
Probably Impact, because if they're in Orlando, they're going to somehow. I think what's going to happen is, since WWE is secretly they're at WrestleMania and they're doing their thing, I think they're not going to avoid WWE and make WWE. But what I think they're going to do is, probably you're going to hear breaking news or something. You're going to hear TNA invading Ring of Honor pay-per-view. That's what's going to happen. But when you see Matt Hardy and them guys, they're going to take their show in Orlando and then come on down to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view and then invade that.
That'd be interesting. Good. It's a hot take, Smoothie.
But that's what's going to happen, and then TNA is going to start going after Ring of Honor.
That wouldn't. I like that. Good call. Impact Grand Title. Drew Galloway defeats Mahabali Shera, and in the rematch, TNA World Title on the line. Lashley defeats Eddie Edwards after. Okay, let me set this up. Angelina Love was in the front row with Eddie Edwards' wife. Then Davey Richards pulls out the ref, beats up, turns on Eddie Edwards. Then Angelina Love punches Eddie Edwards' wife in the face. Tony, we finally get the breakup of the Wolves. We've been talking about it for weeks. It finally happens.
Well, it has to, because remember, Davey Richards disappears for so long of a time. I don't know.
He was injured.
Yeah, he was injured. And then he writes off his storyline by having Angelina Love come out and punch Eddie Edwards' wife. And it's going to end up where it's going to be a mixed tag team match, probably either this week or probably the next pay-per-view or whatever. But it's now going to be interesting because now Eddie Edwards can worry about his former tag team partner or whatever it is.
So you got to think going into tomorrow night's Impact, Eddie Edwards is going to want to get his hands on Davey Richards.
Yes, and what I want to see is the Laura Van Ness, Ellie, whatever storyline we're going to see.
The wedding's supposed to happen soon because he accidentally proposed to her. Actually, he didn't. He dropped to his knee accidentally, and then he was supposed to. And she thought he was proposing, and she said yes without him saying anything. So they're getting married, and he don't even want to marry her.
Well, I think what's going to happen is this. I think they're going to have Laura come out in her hot 60 dress, and Max come out in some stupid tie and with ripped sleeves and everything. And they're going to have the wedding, and then Allie's going to come out and then smack Maria, and that's going to be the end of. And then Allie and Braxton end up getting married.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll have a recap of Impact coming up on Monday's show. Preview for Friday, we're going to recap SmackDown, 205 Live, Ring of Honor, and NXT. That'll do it for us for this Wednesday. For Anthony Cerruti, I'm Ryan Youngs, and thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.